guys, Clem from Clem's Recipe Reviews. Today I'm going to try out a supposedly super easy recipe to make toffee. Now, I've been baking pretty much all day. As you can see in the background, there's my fruit mince pies. If you are interested in fruit mince pies, I did just do a blog post on it as well as another video, so either check out my YouTube channel or my blog, clemsrecipereviews.com. But today, I have tried my hand at toffee. Now, toffee is just sugar and butter, usually. You can probably add, you can add vanilla extract, and sometimes you add baking soda to it. But with toffee, it's depending on the temperature that you get it boiled to, determines the consistency as well as the softness. So you can get it to, soft caramel up to the hard toffee, which is what I love to do. And that's at the hardball stage, and that's apparently at about 290 degrees Fahrenheit. So I've tried this recipe that I found on Facebook, and I'll put a link to it in the show notes so that you're welcome to test it out yourself. And I've actually failed it miserably, which if you've read my blog a couple of times, there's a few recipes here and there that are pretty good, a couple improvements here and there, but then there's only one or two where they've just failed miserably. Now this one actually I think might be my fault. It's actually almost split, so the butter has split away from the sugar and it's made this brown gluggy mess, which I'll show you now. It's just gross. See that? It's just this brown, disgusting mess. I mean, it's cooled down now because I needed a way to be able to handle it a little bit more easily, but it's bad. It's inedible. And that actually started happening at about 230 degrees Fahrenheit. So just all of a sudden started splitting. I'm not really sure why that happened, but I think it might be because I was stirring maybe a little bit too vigorously. You have to actually stir it gently so that it doesn't actually, I guess split. But I'll find out more about that and I'll put it in my blog. And if you know as well, you're more than welcome to put a comment in the video notes and stuff too. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started on the second test of this super easy toffee. Alrighty, so the recipe calls for 1 cup pecans or whatever nuts you want to use in your toffee. You could probably even just not use them at all if you're not a nut fan per se. It also calls for 1 cup of butter, which is 227 grams, and also 1 cup of sugar with a 1/4 teaspoon salt. So I'm gonna go ahead and start melting this, and you have to do it on medium to low heat. And then also add the sugar and salt in, and just go ahead and get that started. Now, this is one of the recipes where you definitely need a thermometer. I actually don't have a digital thermometer. Digital thermometers are really used for making candy, which this is technically candy. I would probably go and invest in one after this, especially if I want to continue making lollies and sweets and such. But I've just got this one. I think I got it at Woolworths for maybe $5. It's actually done really well and it's dishwasher safe, which is good. I don't know if you can see it on there, but you can see the bubbles just starting to form underneath the surface. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a stir. Going to start to keep an eye on it. actually, the color's already starting to change. It's becoming a nice amber. I think with the glare from my lights and stuff, you might not be able to see it, but I don't know if you can see it from here, but yeah, it's just starting to change color. I'm just gonna put it back on the heat because you need that nice steady heat. Seems like every time I stir, the temperature climbs up really a bit quickly. So now we're almost about to hit 250 degrees Fahrenheit, which is just a bit higher than 120 degrees Celsius. And that color is looking really dark to me already. I'm a bit nervous now, feeling like maybe the thermometer actually is off. So what I can do is actually do a candy test, so I can see with see if it's hit the hardball stage. To do that, we just need a little bit of cold water in a cup. We just need a little spoon, just a drop. I'm just gonna grab a fork. See if I can drop some of that in there. Yeah, so I've just dropped it in. See, I've just dropped it in just at the bottom there. Yeah, and it's actually quite hard. So I reckon this is actually ready. I'm gonna go ahead and just take it off. Before I do that, just need to add some vanilla. And then just pour it over your pecans or whatever nuts you've got. Sweet. Just gonna do that, put that down. Now, you also, if you want, so I would just kind of push it around. Make sure you get into all the nooks and crannies. Now, you also need a cup of chocolate chips. Use whatever chocolate chips you've got. The recipe, the person who created the recipe uses milk, but I've got semi-sweet and I actually like the bitterness of it because it cuts through the sweetness of the toffee. So that's about a cup there. And you just sprinkle it on. Try and even that out a little bit. Yep. So that is actually gonna melt. I'm just gonna show you already the heat from the toffee is actually melting those chocolate chips. So in a few minutes, I'll just be able to spatula it out pretty much. And then you just let it chill. So we'll see how well that works once I take it out and chilling out in the fridge for a little bit. So I've had the toffee chilling out in the fridge for probably about 45 minutes to an hour. And yeah, it's nice and solid, so I think it's time to give it a try. So, just grab it. Now this is probably gonna shatter a bit, but you don't want even pieces of toffee. Have you ever seen an even piece of toffee? So that's actually a nice crunchy piece. I actually find it maybe to be a little too thick. I like my toffee to be nice and thin. But I have to say, this is pretty good toffee. And from what you see in the video, well, it takes a long time, it's super easy, you just have to let it sit and stir for a little while, which I think is definitely what I did wrong in the first attempt. I was just stirring a little too vigorously. So now while the video is sped up, just make sure you stir gently and slowly. That's definitely the secret to this toffee. Anyway, that's that. Go ahead and try it out yourself. Have fun with it. Try it out with different types of fillings and whatnot. But yeah, super easy, perfect for Christmas gifts, which is exactly what I'm giving a couple of people at work. From my family to yours, have a wonderful Christmas and Happy New Year. And I'll catch you on the next episode of Clem's